Hey, everybody. This is the While We Still Can podcast. It is July 28th, and I have a special guest today. I have Drew with me today, and Drew is a fellow kindred spirit that I met over social media, which you'll very much enjoy this conversation of the yin and the yang of things here. We started talking over social media on TikTok, and he has had some pretty viral videos and just very profound thoughts that just make sense and really hit with a lot of people. And his main message is peace and love, essentially. And what I've learned about Drew is he's had some difficult life situations happen, and he has just come through it with positivity. And I think the first video I saw of you was, hey guys, what if we all just have a party and piss them off that way? And I was like, I have been screaming this, okay? So, hi, Drew. How are you?
Oh, most bodacious, grateful, and just super cheerful. This is amazing. I'm honored to be a part of this, and you're absolutely right because I thought about it like this, and it was more than just a feeling. You have to understand these are visions too. When you sit in meditative state, like you get downloads. So like it really was shown to me that um, we celebrate first. We go out like because this world is backwards, right? So like we need something radical to actually ignite this, to bloom this into our co-collective
Mm,
reality. See, because we together actually create this reality. We live in the oh, this is okay. So this is just my perception, just so everyone knows. We live in the realm of possibilities. You know what I mean? And so like nothing is ever set
hmm.
or fixed. And that the only thing that is that fear factor that these principalities have put onto this matrix for a long time. And so the backwards way that the world works is we go out and we celebrate first together like we won some kind of victory over war because we have that celebration and music is going to unite. It's going to wake people up that we can't wake up no matter how many posts we make, how many times we're out on the street. There's something special about music and the unity of creative expression. It's not just the music. The music is going to bring the other artists too. And that is going to just unite the
Right.
masses. And that's what I see. And it will go global. Because like this matrix, we call this America, right? So like this land that we live on is called America. And when America is in the eyes of the rest of the world is not very lovable, right? Like we've done some damage,
Right.
but like,
Yeah.
but us, the people, we are going to create the most spiritual nation or like piece of land in all of this whole realm, and that's what's going to bloom the whole globe. Is actually us, the darkest ones, that or like the ones that they see are the most evil in the world. Because we don't see that in America. Like they're not. Nobody shows you that. Like that's how a lot of people perceive us. They're actually there's a lot of people that are afraid to come and visit here.
Propaganda is North Korea style. I know. I
Yeah,
know.
it's crazy, dude. They're like, oh, everything's okay. no, no, it's not. This is yeah, and
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah, we have
this,
fucking tent cities in the most wealthy country in the world. So no.
and they're like, and it's crazy because if you go to other countries, you go to Russia, you go to like, you see the way their structures are built. They actually like most other countries actually take care of their people, and like even though they have a hierarchy, they actually, but they like, what I mean, like the homeless don't have to go out and fend for themselves and like they're like pay for food. Like that's crazy that we have to pay for something that grows naturally. And I think that's really the whole flip is like is a lot of people think we're going to go back to the caveman era, but I really feel like we're just going to come back to ourselves. And when we unite, we realize that like dude, this is a temporary natural experience. What do you okay, when you come here, when you're born here, you do not have any knowledge, like right, your amnesia, and then you have to learn something new, and you're going to be your own creative expressive self in this temporary vessel. So like, but like be like I was just saying this the other day to my friend. I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, if two people lived and they were both like, one person was only supposed to read books and just read books and study what everyone else is, and just study everything that they could find in books and just different law, whatever. that person would not have the same intelligence as somebody who just went and experienced, never read a book. I guarantee you that the person that just experienced life would have so much more to give you of knowledge than somebody who read their whole life of books. And so like that's what I really feel like this is coming
Yes.
to, is like this threshold is like we're coming, it's not that we're going backwards. In fact, we think that our technology is the most advanced that this has ever been, but like they've proven that advanced technology, advanced civilizations were there even during what we call the caveman period or ice age. Like it's been proven that there was all an illusion, you know what I mean? It was all to make you believe, you know what I mean? And that, honestly, that's where I really figured this out, this fear factor. Okay, the fear factor is like, it's so predictable. It's how the Simpsons do it.
Right?
That's all they do, is they just throw it out there and for you to bite on it. It's like a fishing rod, right? They just throw some bait out there and you snap, boom, and then you don't want to let go of that hook even when they're trying to take it out. You're like, no, keep it in. That's us, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I
And
like
not
it.
on a whole scale. Like there's individuals like us who see it, but like now the question is, how do we get the masses to come together? And that's through music.
Yeah. I have been trying to I work with a local organization um, that, because I have to have something tangible to do, but Dance for Democracy. I've been telling them, I'm like, guys, we just have to get the music and we can cut a rug and you get the people together. You just think about a crowd at a concert and the captivation that it can, and the goosebumps. I know people get goosebumps from reading, and that is their biofield reacting to the frequency. And I'm like, okay, embody that. If we can get our biofields tuned, oh fuck, get out of my way.
Yeah. Dude, that's so beautiful because really everything is energy. And energy makes up like energy, frequency,
Absolutely.
vibration. That's the holy impulse. You know what I mean? That's really what it is. Everything is energy. And that is why, as goofy as it sounds, but like every concert I've ever went to, like you're just saying, I've stood there. There's a point in the concert where I'm standing there and I'm one with everyone. I remember that more than one time.
Absolutely.
I'm one with them, you know? And in that moment, I'm like looking around and there's no racism, there's no judgment, there's no like different political views. You're there united for the same cause, that the fact that you like the music that somebody is producing, that creating, you know?
Yes, absolutely. And it's honestly, music is one of the only one of the main way is the main way that I will feel emotion, and that is why a lot of music I am very sensitive to and cannot listen to it. A lot of the mainstream stuff I am like, this is making my body feel bad because they have purposely tuned the frequency within the music to be incompatible with our bodies. I do know that. But I've always been a always loved festivals, you know, and music with no words. And my parents used to make fun of me so bad. They're like, "Oh, you listening to noises?" And I'm like, "This is way better than any word in here. It's a vibe, okay? Don't mess with it." But you know, you talk about the crowd component of concerts. I will tell you, I was inside of you know, the Chinese dragons that they do in parades.
Yes.
I was inside a Chinese dragon. Okay, for real. We were doing, it was like a festival, a music festival. I ended up inside the dragon. I was part of the dragon, and it was probably 2 a.m. And when I tell you, I have never been so a part of something as when I was inside that dragon. Like, everyone was moving the dragon. No matter which way you moved, it was the right way, and it all went together, and it was it was a moment, you know. And
Hmm.
I truly feel like we can all, you're so right on the fear factor, because the fear is the loop that gets everyone out of their, it's what's causing all of this. I believe the fear and anxiety that they've
It,
created that doesn't need to be there.
you were saying it gets you out of your natural potential to
Loop.
create. Yeah,
Oh
well, like
yeah.
when you're in
Oh
your
yeah,
natural
yes.
compression, like when you're in your natural compressed state, and you don't have fear, there's not those thoughts running through your head. You've honestly, if anyone's listening to this, I swear to you, you wake up in the morning and you tune yourself. Like I will say this: every single person is different.
Hmm.
There's a different way. I can't give you the
Yep.
advice. You have to go figure that out. But there's a way to tune in. Like if you set your intention in the morning every single, and see, you have to look at it as like days not repeated. It's a new gift of life. Like you never know what you can accomplish in a day. People have become famous in one day just by actions and choices. And setting that intention in your morning gives you that realm of possibility to be creative, expressive. You're not going to be stuck. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. There's not a. If you have the right intention, you can find the right shows on TV and stuff like that that could speak to you. But like, dude, like if you also set out time in your day just to be creative and expressive, whatever means, even going on a walk, and like that's creative expressiveness. Like you're doing something mobile. You're moving. It's about moving. Energy needs to move, and that's because that's how it like formulate that's how it understands itself. It's like this. I tell people this. You We live in a world of energy, right? So like energy creates electricity, and that, like, we have electric currents going through us, and every time your heart beats, it's an electric current up into the
Yeah.
synapses of your brain.
Hmm.
So your heart is actually your direct current to source. That's DC. Remember, because in electricity you have AC and DC. Your mind is your alternating currents. That's what will get you hertz. You're in the hertz. You're in the physical right here because you see the physical with your mind, but you actually see more with your heart.
Hmm.
You just don't know that. And so, like, when you have that direct current to source, and you hope open up your heart portal, because your heart is a portal to source. There's so much information there for you to receive. There's so much possibility. But the thing is, it's very important to
Absolutely.
understand that you have to your whole body is an instrument. So if you live in your heart and tune into your mind, if you're heart centered, but you have to use them both at the same time, or else your heart will lead you astray or your mind will destroy you. They needs to be unified. They
Hmm.
work together. But like when you make your heart your operating center and your mind where you tune and harmonize with, then your thoughts flow better. Like you know what I mean? Like your days flow into creative expressive. Like you're able to not have fear. And honestly, like I was telling you, even like Simpsons and stuff, no one told me this. It made sense to me. I'm like, wow, I understand this. All they do is they throw it out there, and then they put like a timeline on it, and then like all they do is like they just wait for you to like make it a reality. They put the fear into you, and then you create the reality. Same with the end times and the Bible and stuff like that. It's like same thing. They just throw it out there that it, like there will be wars. So now they're creating wars, and they're creating the reality that you wanted. But that's what why I'm we're all of us spiritual, like those of us who have finally activated, and we're here to bring the unity of humanity. We know, dude. We're not dumb. We're not feeding into that. We don't accept that. There could be a plenty of wars going on. I still have breath, so there's still a possibility for all of us to end this together. And it's here. We are here. This is the final one. I know that this is the threshold. This lifespan.
I do too. I absolutely do too because I got the goosebumps now. But well, there's no other choice. I've had situations in my life where I'm like, okay, everything is so terrible in my physical meat suit body right now, like near death experiences and stuff. And even though this is so intense and it doesn't feel good, I am feeling something, so I know I'm not dead. Okay. And literally, that was the mind frame. I'm like, no matter what intensity I'm feeling, whether it be good or bad, if I'm feeling something, I'm still alive. Okay. And so that kind of helped me reframe good versus bad, pain versus not pain, just as energy, essentially, feeling. We give it the label. So that goes along with what you were saying about setting your intention for the morning. As soon as you label something as bad or good, essentially, you're putting energy and power into that. So I really try, and it's so hard to come out of the humanness of that. Sorry if I squirreled there, but
No, I squirrel did it all the time. It's okay. But honestly, it's like it's to anyone listening. It's all it is. It's not selfish to know this. It's really like everything that you can learn is all within you already. So like seeking it out in the world, it's all it is a reminder, and I hope everyone remembers that. It's like it's only a remembrance. Even when you find it outside of your external self, you know what I mean? Because it was like it was meant to find you if you couldn't find it within yourself. It will find you where it needs to find you so you can remember. And that is the
Ooh, I
beauty
like that. I like
of
that.
our temporary journey is like I don't believe that it was ever meant to be this unknowing. Like because like really once we like teach our like in these future generations to come, like they'll know they're going to be born into a safe world, and like they'll have the realm like they'll know worldwide that every civilization that's out there is thriving because we're working together. They'll know that because like I've even so when I was in jail last year, I this is before I got sober off of meth, and I literally was sitting there and I felt compelled to write these out, and they're called the 24 Pillars of Oneness, and I'll send it to you, your link and stuff. But and it's not
Yeah,
that they're
that'd be
set,
awesome.
and but what it was like the 24 Pillars of Oneness for humanity and like bringing us together, and it's like it's
Oh,
not
that's
laws, they're
amazing.
yeah, and it was really cool because like okay, so like the goofy situation how I got there, I was owed money to the courts and I was like avoiding them, so then I finally got caught up. I was trying to get
Always.
sober off a mess, but then okay, so like I went in there and the first thing I did was surrender. I wasn't mad. Like you know what I mean. Every time I was arrested, I'm like, what do I do so bad? You know what I mean? Like you smoke meth, bro. Duh.
Yeah.
But like no, this time I went in and I surrendered and I was just very open the whole time. And I'm like, I know that I'm here for a purpose. Like I know that like this is not. I'm not gonna go to prison. Like I know that this is the final. You know. And so like I just was open. My heart portal was open, and I received that information, and it's beautiful. There's 24. 24 has always been my favorite number, but it was really cool because like it's just like when you tune into yourself, you will things will be gifted to you that you can gift to the world. You know what I mean? And that's what I have found through my
Absolutely.
activation. I was activated last year on Lionsgate Portal right after I got out of jail, and it was a very. I mean, I haven't. I've been on this journey ever since. I started speaking about it. I used to never even make social media posts until last year, and after I call it an activation because like really like even though I made crappy choices in my life, I was already woke at 11. Like I really was like all the abuse and foster
You
care.
knew.
Like
You had a knowing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I did. I just didn't put it into action. It was just like it didn't seem valuable to me because I'm like, well, look at all this crap that happened to me. So I'm like, why is that valuable? And then, but I grew out of that. You know what I mean? Because it was like now I look
Well,
at
it
it
was
like the
unsafe.
most
You were a
valuable thing
child.
is yeah, the most valuable thing I ever went through is that abuse in the weirdest way. I'm not glorifying abuse. I'm just saying like it brought me so
No.
much joy because I chose to be love for others when I
Yeah.
could not feel it myself. That's how mean my foster mom was. She was so mean, dude. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go out and spite you, dude. I'm gonna go be nice to everyone. And that was my spite to her. So thank God she was mean because my spite became love.
Yeah, no, I work with foster kids. I'm a court appointed special advocate, and it is really, I am so sorry. I was so unaware that of how non functioning those systems are and how negative they can be and unhelpful. And so I apologize to your child self for that. I know it made you stronger and made you, but it's still any child suffering just for I mean, and there's so much of it, and then that's where I go into my pain of like I can't, there's so much that I can't do to help, but it's the each individual moment that I'm meant to help. So you have to zoom out but zoom back in, but I'm so proud of you for overcoming all of those things. So, you want to talk about the 24 pillars?
Yes. So they're for the new earth. And they I was sitting in jail and I just felt like I don't even know how to explain it. I just knew my favorite number is 24. And I just watched this sports thing with my friend about Ken Griffey Jr. that I was in jail with. And I was like, I don't know. I just went up to my cell and I started to write them out because I knew that I don't even know how like it just was shown to me 24 pillars of oneness. I can't explain like being an INFJ. I see a lot of visions. Like my thoughts are mostly visions, not
Yeah.
words. So I wrote them out
Yeah.
and like Like the first one is um reverence for all life, you know, seeing the choosing each other above and beyond religion and all that. And then it just kept going and going and going. Like number 6 is like restore all the lands to the natives, you know, or at least the national parks. A
Yes,
year one of
God.
them's a yearly celebration worldwide globally over the rise of evil. Like once we actually defeat once we overcome this evil, like we will have a yearly
Hmm.
celebration globally. All of us will sit and we will meditate for a whole or whatever, celebrate for a whole day. I can see that. I know that. And like plus like when we teach kids that our connection to Mother Nature, like I can't express to people enough like how vastly important your connection to your great mother is, like to Mother Earth, like that. Literally, our actual spiritual or not sorry, our soul contract many ages ago has always been to be the stewards of this land. That doesn't mean mining everything, that doesn't mean destroying her. That was all part of something greater that was above and beyond us too, and it has been for a long time. We saw that, Anunnaki needed the gold. Different entities, like they however they did it, but the thing they forgot that they forgot was our soul is eternal. So like it actually it benefited us for them to like kind of make us slaves, like in a sense, way back when, because now we have blossomed out. Like, don't get me wrong, obviously society is slavery right now, but like we're we're at the threshold now finally. Woo! Like this is blooming into the
The
natural order of
collective
things.
trauma the collective trauma MK Ultra programming has finally split our brains.
Yes.
Um, well, yeah, we're sick of the shit. Like, you can only watch the rape and pillage of your children so long. I truly like, or you can only shit the bed from eating bad lettuce so many times. Like, you're gonna get to your breaking point. If you have to shit the bed, I guess they had to shit the bed. Like, I, I guess this is where, well, okay,
Our food
realizing
is
that
poison.
most of society, well, that, oh, absolutely, but that half of the society that I live in has to be actively being injured or harmed or affected by whatever is happening to the collective. And that is what tells me that people have totally left their bodies for outside things. Like, everyone is so scared to go back in and look inside because it's scary. But in the end, that's all you have because it's all you are. And so, you know, that's why every piece of energy I touch out in this world, like every atom I'm touching is affecting another atom, which is affecting every atom. And I don't understand how people don't understand that, because it's just a
That
knowing
that
inside
everything is
me. So
connected.
that is one thing that I've known that literally since I've just had knowings pretty much my whole life, but I just thought I was a fucking weirdo and that it was anxiety. And so, you know, it, I'm just like, wait, you don't just. I know that every decision I make is affecting everything, and most people don't. They're like, oh, well, if I do this, eh. And I'm like, no, the ripple effect, bitch.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Hey, what's funny too that I really well, I guess it's like more clarity than anything is the fact that I don't I really, if you're not knowing and in it, you're disconnected. You know what I mean? You're disconnected, like from
Yes.
self. You're only disconnected from your own self. Like that's where, like, when the saying, you can only meet people where you're at. Like, no matter where you go, no matter what you do, when you meet someone, you can only meet them where you're at, as within so without. So like you can't okay, so like look at it like this. If you are your only known form of existence, like you exist in your vessel, that like everything else outside of you could or could not be an illusion. It could not be real, could be real. Like, you don't know, but you know that you're real. So, like, if you weren't here to experience this, would this world really exist? And is that how powerful you really are? everyone looks outside in the world for
You
like some
gotta.
sort of savior, and it's like, dude, you came here to save yourself. What are you doing? You came here to save yourself. You are your savior, dude. It's within you.
And it's
It's
always the most well, and it's really amazing, and you're obviously not that type of guy, but the alpha male movement and like, and I'm like, you guys, do you realize how submissive you're being right now? Like, you need your daddy, whether it's the sky daddy, whether it's the orange daddy, whether it's the, why are you needing another person, especially another man, to tell you what to do? That's kind of gay. And I know you fucking hate that shit because you're gay. So,
hell
um,
good. No, it's funny. The way you put that is so beautiful because
like, like I want you to be able to poke a butthole. Quit making laws against it. Like, I want that for you. We would actually not have war if you could do that, like, without hating yourself. I want that for you.
I want a hoodie that says that. I want you to be able to. That's so awesome, though. Oh,
I'm
the way you
telling you,
explained it so
please
deep and
make
so
it.
real. Oh yeah. Okay.
Well, yeah, because my my fucking senator is Josh Hawley. Okay, so gay as fuck. Oh, you know what? Actually, I'll show you. I made a big poster of him. I have it of him kissing his wife. Can you see it?
Yeah, yeah.
That's gay
That-
as fuck. You're gay as fuck. If my husband came in to kiss me like that, I'd be like, go kiss a butthole. That's what you're trying to kiss.
Yeah, it doesn't even look like it. You can feel the energy of it. You know what's cool about pictures that people don't realize? Like I picked this up a long time ago. Is that like I could look at a picture and I could read everyone's energy because like it captures their energy in the moment. You can't hide that, even in a picture. I will fucking see your
God,
energy. I
no.
know
I
you.
know. You fucking
It's
evil
it.
bitch. Yeah, well, you know what's so funny about that is I work in the operating room, and my clairvoyant abilities are they mostly manifest in like clairsentient, or like I really have to work on building my bubble daily.
Okay.
Like, that's your shit, my shit. Quit fucking. And there are certain people in my life that they just fucking have little holes they know how to get in, just seep in. Like, they can drive in my driveway and I'm like, get out. But working in the operating room that is where I have completely fine-tuned my vibe check, okay? Because it's one of those high stress situations and you have zero, all you have is eyeballs
Okay.
because you can't see their face, and it's like, and so it's like a high stress environment. I can't see any facial expression except eye movement. And so because everybody's wearing a mask, and so I can tell a fucking vibe by, like, I walk in, I'm like, oop, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut in here today, and you can totally tell. And I could call out people, like, I'd be like, what'd your wife do this morning? Why are you pissed? And they'd be like, leave me the fuck alone. I'm like, are you going to tell me, or are you just going to be mad about it all day?
We know it's
So,
the
like,
truth,
you
dude.
can, eh,
It's really
you're going
algebra.
to be a
You
dick
just
to me all
you
day
take
because
what's
your wife
there.
made you mad?
Yeah. I look at it like algebra when you're reading energy. It's like that's the only time algebra made sense. Is like you see what's there, but you also know, like you also like you solve for what's not there, and that's how you can like honestly like when you meet people, you can tell if they have like their mom wasn't in a life, like you know what I mean. Like I never liked doing that, but when I was younger, I didn't even realize that I had that ability. And I did this at a party. I never met this kid, but he was being really mean to these people, like girls and everything. So I literally just went off on him and I told him exactly why he was like that. I said, your mom loved men and she did it right in front of you and you had to watch her choose men over you. And he just started crying and like left the party. And I was like, oh crap, I didn't mean to. I was like, his best friend was like, you nailed it,
I was
dude.
trying to help.
He's like, you just called out his whole life. He's like, and I know you've never met him. I'm his best friend. And I was like, bro, I didn't mean to like hurt him like that. Like, so after that, I was a lesson learner. I'm like, I'm not going to do that to anyone else, you know? It's crazy though. If you just use the
Well, that might
algebra,
be
you know
like
what I
a
mean?
private conversation.
Yeah.
So, do you want me to tell you how I use that power within me of the knowing? I always, when other people, I hear them having trouble with someone else's personality or behaviors that I've also had trouble with, but my knowing is like, oh, they were in like there's always something that happened to make you be whichever way you are. Like, no one in this world is just how they are because of just themselves, unless they were those kids they found in, oh God, never mind. But
Yeah.
I hurt people, okay? But also, like, you never, it's walking in someone else's shoes. Like, I literally have no fucking idea. Most people's behaviors are because of someone else's bad behavior before them that taught them that that's the proper way. And you can unlearn that shit, but it's so fucking hard. And if you won't go inside to look at yourself because it's scary and no one taught you how, then how do you bootstraps? How do you pull yourself up by your bootstraps if you've never had a pair of boots, you don't know where to find them, and they don't have straps?
Boom. Wow. Yeah. That's I had never heard of that analogy. I like that. I love learning new stuff. So that's but yeah, how are you supposed to?
No, you don't. And then we have like then we have the CPS, like then we have the foster, like the foster care
Oh god.
system is so close, like it is. I've worked on several cases where I'm like, I am a volunteer in this process, and I am the only person that has been on this case from the beginning till the end, keeping this going. And I will glad, like, fuck it, the situation turned out that the kids turned out to go somewhere safe, and so I will do it anytime, anytime. But there's the system is not well, and we are not helping. And the amount of children that age out of the foster care system that become homeless is half of them.
Is that really this? I didn't know
What are
that
we
was this.
doing?
Yeah, what?
Yes. If you age out of the system and you are not adopted, you're about 50% of those kids end up homeless.
Wow. And I mean, I guess for me, I've been homeless, but not in the way that like you're saying. You know what I mean? I definitely see the okay. So like, let me just say for my case as a kid, I've still a lot of mine is a lie. My mom was a very good narcissist, dude. My real mom, and so she kept us. She made a deal with the state of Montana. As long as none of my family members could adopt us, she would because she wanted to keep her story hidden. She chose to marry the man that was touching me, who had prior counts. He never
I'm
got
sorry.
convicted. Yeah, it's what happened. It's what happened. And
They never do. They never do. And then
yeah,
they
he
go
never
and
got
continue
charged.
and molest hundreds of people.
My
It's,
I
mm,
to me,
I'm
I
so
think my one
sorry
of the
no one
craziest
protected you.
things is like me for me personally is all has always been trying to like fathom and how my mom could knowingly know this and still choose to marry him 2 days later after giving us up. Like and that's one thing I had to live with was knowing that she chose him over me, or. But she always did that. She always chose every man. And like honestly, like not understanding helped me not to harbor hatred. Like being adopted, like I had too much other focus on being in an abusive foster home. You know what I mean? And then being adopted by that lady who was 500 pounds, dude. Okay, so this is what I was getting at about my case. Okay, the guy that was my child protective services or whatever that's called CPS. Some places it's called different. Um, he quit. Like he was 20 years into his career and he quit because of my case, and I'll never know why. I've kind of like I guess I've never like put in the effort. You see what I'm saying? Because like to me it's like well I accept that like those things are gonna happen like those things have happened. And what really helped me to understand that and it helped me to understand what hate really is. Hate is just not fully understanding something to me anyway. Because like once I fully understood it and I
Right.
knew my mom's past and like what she went through as a child and like how she was brought up, it made more
Right. I
sense.
know.
It made more sense to me. I'm like, oh my
It's the
God, okay.
boots with no bootstraps.
There we
She
go.
never learned how to function normally. And so when your normal is the most fucked up shit, that's normal.
Well, and she okay, so like my grandma cheated on step grandpa with my grandpa, and my grandpa didn't know. My grandma was just an evil lady, and so like my mom, she knowingly she lied, and like she told him that it was his kid, and like so then like that's why my grandma treated her like crap her whole life, is because my mom was she was hiding a secret, you know. And so they treated her like Cinderella. They treated her like crap. And all my mom wanted was her approval. So what did my mom do? Lived exactly the way she did. She became a drug addict, an alcoholic, and went after abusive men and gave her whole life to them. You know, and that's what I had to realize is like she didn't choose to like do something different. She was abused so bad by her mom that she just wanted her approval, so she went out and be like her. She's like, maybe that's what she figured. If I'm like her, then she'll love me, you know? This is crazy. But that's what helped me to understand the whole situation was like, holy moly, dude. You know, you truly don't like once I
The cycle of
understood it more.
abuse.
Yeah, it was exactly, dude. And then it wasn't like because I was I was the baby of the family, so like, but to me it was like I don't know. I also didn't like I knew what happened, but even then I didn't harbor hatred. Like to me it was like okay, that happened, because like to me, like living in an abusive foster home, my mom would always like my foster mom would always yell about my mom, and I'd be like, I know what she did, but like, when can I go back and live with her? Like, I forgive her for this already. Like, don't you understand that? But I didn't know that you just couldn't go
No,
back.
kids always want to live. Well, kids always. I mean, there is like 1% of kids. It can be like, it has to be. Most kids always want to go back to their mother, even if it is a horrific abuse situations. That's how it is. That's why they always shoot for reunification as the goal, which is so fucked up because it's that's what the kids want most of the time.
And I just actually went and found my mom right before I started this soul mission, and it'd been 20 years. I met her when I was like a young in my 20s, and I didn't like who she was, and so I just it's been 20 years since then, and I still don't like her. So
Hmm.
I just realized that I had to go there and find out that like she gave birth to me, but she has never been my mother. You know what I mean? And I'm good with that. It's okay.
Yeah.
Like I had to go to find. I had to go and let her go. I told her that I was like, I was like, all I am is just a reminder of a past that you don't want to live. And I'm like you got your lies, you got your little cover up story. You're comfortable in it. I was like, I'm just gonna let you be. I love you. Have a good life. So I let her go, dude.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? That was the best thing you could do for yourself. Mm.
Yeah.
Well, and these generational abuse families, I mean, to break out of that, I've interviewed several like satanic ritual abuse survivors and like that have grown up in these bloodline families. And um, some of them can break out, like some psyches are so shattered and so fragmented that they cannot integrate all of their parts back together. And then
Right.
some people can. And it's very fascinating because they're all so strong. Like to even live through what you all have lived through, like my brain cannot comprehend because I have always had a safety. Um, and that's like what I don't understand when people are like mad at homeless people. I'm like, have you ever not felt safe in your life? Like what? We are all one fucking paycheck away from that. What are you doing? Like what are you talking? Why do you
That's
think?
crazy
And
that yes, you're absolutely right. There's the majority of Americans are one paycheck right now away from being homeless. Easy. So
or one
who are we
medical
judging?
emergency or one car breaking. So I don't understand, but again that goes back to what we talked about earlier, people having to personally be going through it or it affecting someone they love a lot. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Honestly, that's actually when I got sober off of drugs and everything, I realized that hurt people, and that's why I
Yes.
swore that I was done. Because I had no business being in a relationship with anybody. Like, and I could have if I would have actually known about like energy and healing prior years prior, but like this is all like, well, you know, late 20s is like the first time I had like a tarot reading, and I know that doesn't have a lot, but it opened me up more, because I worked in the oil field for many years.
Absolutely does.
So I,
And
I was I was just very like it
yeah.
was go 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 7 days a week, and I was just like in that same loop, and I didn't realize that I wasn't healing. I didn't realize that I was like that hurt. I masked it, like, and I didn't
Mhm.
realize I was even doing that. I didn't even, and like, think about how many people are out there not even knowing that they're masking their life. Like, that alone, like the second you
But
can
people
see
like
that
me
you've
and
been
you,
masking
Drew,
your
we
life without
know.
even knowing, boom, you're on such a beautiful road to healing. That's the first major one, is realizing that, dang, dude, I masked so much of this not even knowing. And then you get to go and unmask all the stuff that you masked. And like, that's, it's a beautiful thing. It's worth it. It's worth
And
it
people
to
don't like
work
it.
on yourself. Right. Because it takes work
Well, and people in your life are going to
and it
push
hurts.
back because
Yes.
they're like, "Oh, you've been acting this certain way." And I'm like, "Yeah, because I was trying cuz I thought that's how I was supposed to act, but now that I know how it makes me feel inside my body, I'm going to stop." And a lot of people are not going to like that, but that's okay cuz you're healing yourself.
Yeah.
And you
That
have cuz
actually,
that's all you have in the
it
end.
is. And I just made a post about this yesterday, and like, honestly, dude, people, no matter what, if you're fake or you're being fake, you're being real, like you're real, people are gonna judge you, and they're gonna be against you or with you, whether you're fake or real. They'll be with you when you're fake, they'll be with you when you're real. They'll mistreat you when you're real. They'll judge you. Like, just for example, like, because I obviously, you've seen some of my posts. I spent a lot of years. I've never met my son yet, and my son's mother has been recently like just bashing on me, and I'm like, why are you, I'm like, you want me to go back to being a piece of crap and like choosing meth over my son every day? I'm like, now that I'm doing good, I'm not even a year clean, and I'm like, all you're doing is just sending out this hurt. And I just keep telling her, I choose to love you. You can come on my comments and you can bash me. I'm not going to block you, I'm not going to delete you or any of your comments. You can say whatever you want, you know what I mean? Because like, honestly, is like, now it doesn't matter if she'll never admit it, but now we know who's still hurt and who's healing. You know what I mean? It looks like you have some healing to do, and I like, she probably doesn't want to hear that. But it's like, don't get me wrong, like I made the choice,
She doesn't.
every single day to not have my son in my life. That was crappy, and I own that. But now that I'm doing good, she's still just attacking me. I'm like, what? I'm like, I don't know what you want from me anymore. Besides, you need to heal within yourself, so I'll allow you to attack me. Because like, my thing is like, it doesn't bother me. I just don't like, because it's beautiful. Even when some people come on my comments on anything, because I say that because like most of my life I've never really been attacked like as an adult, because I just had better intentions. Even when I was like, don't get me wrong, like high on meth, I'd stay up for too long. Like, obviously my intentions weren't the greatest, but majority of the time I never had that until I got social media, right? It's like, people they will attack you. They will attack you. And the beautiful thing is when you respond in love, not one of them, not even my baby mama included, has responded to any of the love that I've given back. They come at me negatively and I just respond with love. They don't know what to do with that. And it's,
They don't know how to react.
yeah. And you don't
They've
have to.
never,
Love
because
doesn't
they
require
are
reacting.
reacting. Well, it's projection of what they're feeling, thinking about themselves always. And
Yes.
now that baby mama is watching you heal, and she can't, take it out on you as everything is your fault, and she'll have to look in about, because if things are still shitty on her end after you fixed your shit, then it's her shit.
Yes.
It's her shit that's the problem, not your shit anymore. So she can't blame you, so she's going to be mad at you.
Yep. Oh yeah, she was like saying some petty stuff on different comment, like stuff that didn't even need to be said. And I was like, okay, now, but I still just, I honestly, though, that was the last one. It was really petty, and all I said was, I still choose to love you. You can only see me for my past. That's not on me. That's on you. Like, that's for you to fix. That's something you need to heal within yourself, and that's all I said, because it's the truth, man. I
Leave it
think
at
a lot of
that.
people don't realize this.
Well,
I
I'm
love saying this, and I
what
wrote it in a poem once, and it really stuck out to me. And I have lots of beautiful poetry, by the way. And they're very channeled. And I say that humbly,
You'll have to
but
send it
like,
to me so I
oh,
can
dude,
link.
I have hundreds, if not thousands, of them, and they're really. But like, what I said in this was that darkness never needed your light. Darkness has always just needed your love, and that comes from within. People don't understand that right away. That starts within you. That means loving the parts of yourself that you know were not good. The parts of
Yes.
yourself that were dark. If
Yeah.
you have love for that, then you have love for then everything else. That like once you love the darkness within you just as much as the light within you, you're balanced, you're harmonized, and then everything as within, so without. Like you're not gonna go out and hate on anybody or have any. You're not gonna have any time out of your day to like spend or waste on energy like being negative to somebody. The only thing that happens after that is like you then like for me personally, I had to learn to grow to not be negative to myself, and that's simple as waking up in the morning with it
Yeah.
good intention. Like that's I give my friends that advice all the time. I'm like, dude, if there's the only important thing I could tell you in your life that makes more sense than anything that would you should focus on more is assessing yourself before you go to bed. Sit at the end of your bed and assess your day, just the day, not yesterday, not tomorrow.
Yep.
Just assess what you've done in that day, and then prepare, like know what you've done, like you know what I mean, and then prepare for tomorrow. And then with the beautiful thing is like when you go to bed with those intentions, the first thing you do when you wake up is you remember, okay, this is what I'm doing. Like this is now, then you set your intentions for that day, and then you assess yourself, and then every day you're blossoming more and more and more and more because darkness never needed your light, dude. It just needed your love.
Yes. Well, and okay, yeah, I'm actually I've been working on, since all of these weird secret societies and fuckers are doing these weird rituals, I guess I will join and do my own since they're, magic, I feel like magic is real, intention
Oh, it is.
manifesting, which is what we're
Oh
talking
yeah.
about. But I so much agree with you. And you said that, everybody is going to have a different recipe for their frequency in mind. But I've actually started, I do not let myself have my phone for an hour in the morning. I don't like listen to anything unless it's like high frequency music or whatever. Um, but I don't listen to like words. I don't listen to videos or anything. And then I also, before I even get out of my bed, because I have to get up fast, I can't lay there or it's gonna be bad. But I do heal,
Mm.
like I flex my feet like 10 times, and that resets my legs. I don't know, but it like feels so good. And then I'm like, okay, today's going to be a great day. Today's going to be a great day. I'm going to do great today. And I've had very good luck with that. I don't know and
See?
also not holding on to if something bad happens, or if like I start dropping all of my shit right in the morning. I used to be like, fuck, it's going to be one of those fucking days. But instead
Oh, and
I'm
then
like,
but
okay,
then you that's what
I dropped
creates
a
that
couple
whole day.
things.
Yes. If you
Absolutely, the
say stuff
loop.
like
And
that,
I've been thinking about things, the loop. And so if I feel my foot like about to get in the loop, I'm like, eh, eh. And just thinking about things in loops, I get in loops on social media where I'm like, okay, this is giving me a hit of dopamine or something that feels like something. And even though it doesn't feel good, I feel something. So I'm going to keep going. So I have to stop, and it's that
right?
conversation inside yourself, knowing your emotions, stopping when you need to, and also not stopping the flow of thoughts. A thought is a thought.
Yeah,
Move through
that's
it.
dude, the beautiful thing
If
that somebody told me about meditation is allow your thoughts to flow. That's meditating. And some people can find it other ways, but like some people can like what that means is like what that showed me was you allow your thoughts to flow and then it literally becomes nothing. Like you just let it flow, you let all your thoughts
yeah,
flow. You will eventually get to a point where it you're like, "Whoa, dude, I was in a blank space." And honestly, one of the only times that I've ever had that like was I don't know if you know those salt floats where you float on the you go into those
huh?
little
Yeah,
bathhouses and you float on or they have all the Epsom salt or something in there and you float on it. Dude, that was literally one of the only times that I didn't have to like I laid there in the darkness, like it was so cool because I even asked the lady afterwards. I'm like, is it normal for people to feel like they're spinning around like hundreds of miles an hour? Bro, I'm like, whoa. And like all my it was cool because
Yeah.
I was able to actually access a part of me that needed healed by being able to like that just took my concentration and like concentrated on that. So subconsciously, then I could access myself. It was really cool. It was really cool. So that's what I'm saying is like for anybody listening, like no matter what, like being absorbed into something it will that's what's been happening, right? These loops, that's what people get absorbed I saw it with my ex. Like she read like got we read tarot together, or I had a tarot readings, and now like still to this day she is completely absorbed in it. That's all she spends her time doing. She thinks that's the only answer to life. And I'm like, dude, I know that there's more. Don't get stuck in a loop. You know what I mean? Be open. Go explore. Be adventurous. You're eternal. Like this is a
Yeah.
temporary experience, and
Yeah.
when you come here, you gain knowledge. Guess what? Like you came here with no knowledge, and what's the first thing that happens to people when they get older? They start to lose their mind. You don't even take the knowledge with you. So what did you gain? It was like you're honestly, I really believe in. We live in this creation is intention. It was intentionally created for this to be a
Yeah.
free realm to create your own. That's why magic is real. Is because like, dude, honestly, I'm telling you, the unity of humanity will bring back like there is still is magic, but like the real magic is actually us connected to each other, because then we have all of our fractal parts of ourselves are one because we're united, and but we're individual. So then we all get to access our superpowers in ways that we can't even explain. I don't even know how I know this stuff. Like what? It's
Well, they
cool, man.
can't. Oh, no, I know. And I've known since I'm a fucking kid, and they're scared of it, and they want us out of our bodies and our powers because they cannot control things that they cannot see. And that is why they have told us that the only things that are real is what we can see and feel with our hands right now.
That's honestly, here's another thing too, is I don't use the word believe, because to me it's like that's being the lie of Eve. Be the lie of Eve. It's follow the illusion. You have to
Yep.
believe in something. I'm like, no, I don't, bro. I got faith. My faith is not religious. My faith is eternal. There's a huge difference. You know what I mean? Religion is a construct. So like
Should I
this is
start saying
faith.
I know? I have a knowing. I don't
Yeah.
believe. I know. I have a knowing. I have an understanding that because I feel it in my bones. If
That's
things are
remembrance.
coherent for me inside my body, that's how I know. Yes, no, I know. And it's crazy, all of the things throughout my life that I've known, but then I like find out for sure. Like even as a small child, like between movies and things and places, and I know. And so and then my anxieties that I've had as a child, I come out true as an adult. Like, oh, I knew they were
Mm.
doing this. That's why I fucking hated Disney and thought they were gonna steal my sisters. Like I knew.
I remember food being real at one point. I remember when I used to eat watermelons, and there was so many seeds that when I would take one bite, it'd be like, and they told you to spit out the seeds.
Yeah.
They made that fearful because they actually has the most nutrients. And so like for me, that was the one of the first like clarifications for me was like I remember like when food got fake, and it got faker than I've ever like, because like it doesn't, okay, so it's like it does not have the same fulfillment anymore. Don't get me wrong, if you grow in your
Nothing
own garden
does.
and you get a couple of like harvests through, so you're actually getting a natural plant again, or if you've been doing that your whole life, like
Huh?
you're set, dude. You're set because like you still have something that's natural. Like everything you go and get from the store, dude, I've seen the videos like how they inject eggs and everything like with stuff that looks like I was like, this is crazy, bro. Like they're going that much out of their
I
way.
know.
Like that's how important we are to this world. That's how magical we are. They
Yeah.
will literally go to every single length to poison your food and turn you against each other. Like, and then we say, like, why would they do that? Because what would be the opposite of that? Unity. And like when we unify,
Letting us. Yeah.
dude, and 8 and, like, the crazy thing is, like, now that
They
there's more
wouldn't be trying
people
to fucking kill us all.
yeah, they want us gone, dude, and that they seek to destroy us. And what's crazy is
Yeah,
that,
absolutely.
like,
They
in
really
all
do.
honesty, like, every child okay, so, like, if like, yes, there's bad people in this world right now, but, like you were saying, it's, like, the generational programming, blah, blah, blah. Like, imagine every generation being born into a very, like, the most safe nirvana, like, imagine how, like, we wouldn't even be having these conversations, you know what I
Yes.
mean? Because, like, they but, like, the beautiful thing is, like, one day soon, we won't have to have these conversations because we are the superheroes. We are the foundation layers of New Earth. Like, we are the ones who are going to stand up in the face of evil without fear and laugh in their face. Be like, not only laugh, but, like, laugh because you you know, those who
You're done.
incorporated fear into others, like, now you get to live that. Like, you're like, bro, your choices really do decide where you go. Like, I don't believe, like, everything. I believe it's ascension and dissension is way different than salvation and damnation, right? Like, to me, is like salvation and damnation is like
Absolutely.
you do one or the other. Ascension and descension is like you ascend through your choices, like you keep moving up through the ethers, or you descend and you have to learn a harder lesson in the next one. You know what I mean? And I try to tell people that, like, I'm
Yep.
like,
Yep.
it's funny, like, we live in a world where, like, people are like, my ancestors, blah 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 blah. I'm like, bro, you've came here as a man, you've came here as a woman. Like, do you really feel like you could learn it all in just one life? You really feel like you can learn
Yeah.
all? I'm pretty
Come
sure you're
on.
gonna have to, like. Let's say you live your whole life racist as a white man. Well, guess what? You're coming back next. Your next life is probably
Yep.
going to be that you're what you've hated on, so that you can learn the lesson. And you know what? The
Yep.
only thing that sucks about
And my
amnesia
witchy
is that
ass
these
is.
people that make shitty
Yes.
choices and they come back to learn, they don't get to know that. Like, they don't get to know, hey, I was a crap. Because, like, honestly, like, maybe they do because, like, I have had a few times in my life where I'm like, okay, I must have been like, I must have made some crappy choices in past lives.
Yes.
But then you learn the difference between that
Paying
and
for it
actually,
now.
like, star seeds. Okay, so, like, star seeds, like, we actually didn't, like, if you're a star
Yes.
seed, you actually didn't come here with karmatic debt. You're not in a natural reincarnation loop, because, like, that's what there's a difference between the fear loop and the reincarnation loop. Reincarnation loop has to do with you come back through your choices. Like, you could live one life, probably, if you did it
Right.
right, you live one life and ascend from that life. But, like, I like this. So it's so funny. Like, we're so stuck to these cultures. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're this life, but, like, dude, we all are the same ancestor. When it doesn't matter. Like, we all come from the same source, dude. But, like, you experience your life as everything. You've came as a Chinese man. You came, you know what I mean? Chinese woman. Like, you have to experience it all to know wholeness. You know what I mean? Like that. Like, at least that's my view.
Yeah. I mean, that's what makes sense to me. Like, you come down here to gain wisdom until your soul is complete, but energy never dies, so it just goes back to source. Um, but but shitty people are here to teach other souls lessons and to learn their lessons, and um, looking at it that way, like that every soul chose to come here for a purpose, even though they don't remember it, helps me actually hate people less. So I don't know. I don't know, but it's not whatever was written in the Christian Bible. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. God. So decoded, dude. You have to decode something like that because you think about it. It's like, this is how I look at it. Um, so, like
Control.
this, I used to try and explain this to my foster mom. I'm like, okay, so let's say, like, because she's so convinced that, like, Christianity is the only real religion, right? Like, and
So
we're just
weird.
speaking basically on religion. Let's just say, like, and I tried to explain this to her. I'm like, okay, so let's say you were born in China. You're born in China and you grow up around all these people and your whole life you don't even know nothing about Jesus. So I'm like, so now tell me you don't even know this dude's name. Now tell me that that's the real religion, because now you got to go over there and convince those
Yeah.
people that what yours is the right one. And I'm like, bro, I really feel like, I
Yeah,
honestly,
it's
dude, like,
control.
I'm grateful for
You
my
think
foster
you're
mom.
the only right one?
Yeah, dude. Come on, man. That's crazy, and like because like and then it's like this. You're so simplified. You got to look like in a bigger scope. Like there's people out there that grow like that live in tribes. Still to this day, they live in tribes. They don't even have a book. They just live. They have traditions. They have things they do. They have competitions, but they don't have separation due to religion. There's not, if you don't do this, you're going to die. Like, we're here. Like, let's celebrate life. Let's go hunt fucking animals, A natural way of living. Like,
Well,
that's
I
still.
can't think of a better way. I can't think of a better way of a government creating a self policing society than introducing Christianity and the idea that thoughts can be bad and wrong, thought policing, and creating guilt and shame at a very young age for literally thoughts. Then people police themselves.
Yes. That's New Earth, like, honestly, is like that self-governing community. Like, the thing is, too, is like, I think people are fearful of that. They don't realize that, like, dude, once the frequency shift happens, like, fully, like, once like, it doesn't matter, like, once there's enough of us that are connected in that frequency, it will reach the hearts of, because we're all connected. So like, I
Right.
think people are fearful, like, once we start this new earth, like how is it going to be governed? It doesn't have to be, because like every single child that's going to be born is going to be born into a safe environment where like none of that corruption happens, none of that, like, there's free of poverty, free of money, free of ice, free of government, free of police, because of the fact that that frequency shift is going to change, like, it's going to give you, like, it's not going to change your heart, it's going to give you the knowing that you're safe. And guess what safety does? It provides a
Safety.
place for people to be themselves, and they're not going to go out and harm anyone else. Like, that's going to end all the violence. Like, that's from separation. And what would be the opposite of that? Unity. And what happens when you unify? Well, you stop hating each other. How silly is that? Like, how, how do we wake the
Yeah.
masses
Yeah. No,
with that
you
simple
just
message?
say it
it's so
again. Say it again.
it's so simple, man. You know what I mean? It's like you look at the
It really
separation and
is.
division now, and then you use algebra. Like, what would be the opposite of that? If I solved that for this, like, why are they doing this? Because it's working. That's why they're fucking doing it, because we are allowing it to work. And so not all of us now, right? And like,
Yeah.
and some of us have
Yeah.
been, some of these people out
Well,
here have been doing this, like Dolores Cannon. How many people have been doing it for years, trying to get us to finally see, dude? But it took everything. Like, that's because it's not fixed. That's how I see it. The reason it took this long is because it's not fixed. If it was fixed, things could have, like, you know what I mean by, like, a fixed timeline. Like, this is a very open timeline. Like,
yes.
we have the
Absolutely.
possibility to change reality in an instant, especially when like, we come together. Like, as crazy as that sounds, just as much as CERN has the
No, it does
possibility
not
to
sound
change
crazy to
realities.
me.
What's that?
They again looking at all of the things that these rich people are doing and fucking with, such as recreating the Big Bang. Like, yeah, let's just fuck around with that. Cool. Um, you know, and putting all of this money into flock, ice, surveillance systems, social credit scores, all of these things. Um, if we weren't powerful, like, it's not what they say, is what they're doing, and what they're doing is trying to oppress, which means we are powerful and that we can change it and that it's not hopeless, even though when you look at the details, sometimes it feels that way. But again, we have never, ever, ever been taught that we can say no. Like, I'm opting out. If enough people are like, no, I'm actually not fucking doing that. I'm not. Why am I buying insurance? You don't cover my shit. Like, why? So I've started introducing the why, asking everybody, wait, why do you even do that? Why are we doing that? I don't want to do that. Why do we do this? Time isn't real. Don't tell me I'm fucking late. It's different everywhere. You can change it twice a year here. Like, shut the fuck up. I'm not late. Time isn't real.
Yeah,
Like, leave me alone.
yeah. I'm
But
exactly where
but
I'm here when I
introducing
need to
that
be.
is yeah, and I mean, my boss doesn't care for that excuse, but whatever. Um, But like literally just introducing the idea that everything is made up. Literally everything you do is made up. Everything. So remake it. I
Yeah.
like it. Remake it. Let's just remake it. And yes, again, just like we talked about it earlier in the episode, you're going to get pushback because people don't like when you quit doing what you've always just done because you've just always done it. So expect that. But you're going to feel better on your insides, okay? And that's how we tune our frequency up so that we can affect the energy that we're touching outside of our bodies, which is what I think that kind of wraps everything up, I feel like, in this conversation.
Yeah, it really has to do with as within, so without. The importance of that. Like I really like would like to push that to people too. Is like the importance of the structure of those words. It's as above, so below, not so below, as above. And then it's as within, so without, so the
Yep.
universe, so the soul. Right. So it's like, and like you think about that, like to me, what really spoke to me was the as within, so without. You know what I mean? And like you can only meet people where you're at. You can only like, you know what I mean? Like you can only love somebody as much as you love yourself. And I think like that concept has really not been shown as truth. It's like a possibility to some people, but it's like, no, that's the truth. Like you can't meet anybody except for where you're
Well,
at, you know? And if you're hurt, guess what? You're only gonna meet them at a
well,
hurt level. And hurt people, dude. So like,
yeah. Yes. Well, and capitalism has definitely morphed what love and caring is, and how it looks. And so a lot of people don't even know what real love or caring would look like to receive that because it has been so morphed throughout capitalism, like fucking Valentine's Day and shit. That's not what
yeah,
love is. Being safe and
dude.
taking the mask off and being your true creative self
Mm,
and being accepted.
yes, dude.
Right?
Love is
Right?
the most powerful force in the universe. To me, like it's as simple as this. To me, is like love. To me, is like this. Like I saw a lady today, just earlier before we started this conversation. I ran into town, and I was at the grocery store getting stuff for dinner tonight. And the lady that worked there, I saw her pushing a cart, and I've seen her there the day we've been here for a few weeks, so I've seen her there a few days. And I stopped and I told her, I actually made it. I went out of my way to walk over to her, and I said, I just want you to know that I've seen you here the past few days, and I really cherish and I admire your work ethic. You're amazing. You're doing such a good job. And I was like, in fact, I'll find your manager one of these days here soon, and I'm gonna tell them, you know. And I just like, dude, the smile that lit up on her face, that's love. Like, you know what I mean? Because like, how many
Yes.
people go into that store and tell her like, hey, thank you for your hard work, dude. Like when I go to restaurants,
No
like, bro,
one.
I'm like, go back there and tell the cooks, like, tell them to come out here and fucking give me a hug because this food was amazing, type shit, you know.
Yeah,
Like to me, like the simplicity of that. It's
absolutely.
like a it's like what somebody explained to me, like it was really is like it's not what you do, it's what you do in spite of. Like love is like, you know what I mean? Like even those choices, like you do it like even though like I could have just walked away from that lady and not said anything, her day could have been fine. But dude, I fucking ignited that lady's whole day up. Her fucking face was lit up red. And to me, the, like little things like that, like you can look at my life with your own physical eyes and be like, oh, he didn't do much, blah 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 blah. Like that to me doesn't matter because you didn't see the magic that I've left all over this world my whole life, dude. And that's the beauty of love.
Absolutely. Well, and it's not it's not what you said, it's how you made them feel that they will remember.
Yes, dude, it's the energy, it's your intention,
And
you know.
every moment and interaction is a opportunity for you to push some light, and that person will take that light and go home and hug their kid a little longer, which will go to school and be nice to their friend whose mom is probably mean to them, and then that kid will be nice to their sibling, so it's just going to the energy will continue at that frequency when you put it out.
Because energy never dies, you know what, I'd like to say this too before we, I'm not sure how much longer we have, but um I really believe that energy and eternity are the same word.
Yeah.
Because energy is
I've
everything,
never
right?
thought of that,
Energy is
but
everything. And if energy is everything, then eternity is part of that energy. And and eternity is energy. So energy is everything. Energy is what our eternity is.
It's the it's the infinity
Yes,
loop.
infinity loop. Yep, that's so beautiful. It is the
Infinity,
infinity loop.
energy, and what was our other word? Infinity, energy, and eternity.
Eternity. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I feel like that could be the brand for your shirts that said just go kiss an asshole, or I want you to be able
Yeah,
to poke
I actually
assholes,
have so many good
for your
ideas for hoodies, dude.
sweatshirts.
I actually have like
Well,
a
I think you need to get on that, and
okay,
I'm getting goosebumps. So I will fucking rep that shit if you start that. Okay.
dude. I'll have to send you some off the podcast, but I'll send you some like ideas that I've had for hoodies. They're really beautiful, but um, yeah, a lot of them are
Yeah.
more
No, let's get that
spiritual,
started
saying
for
like
you.
But I'm actually excited to show you. I don't know if you want to do this again sometime, but if we do, or I'll still send you my
Absolutely.
poetry. Yeah, so like next time I come on, I'll have
Absolutely.
some poetry set aside that I can actually share. I see the thing about channeling is I've never okay, so like I never memorized stuff. I don't know what that is. I know
Uh
like to
huh.
me that's a loop. It's a loop. If I don't already know it,
Okay.
then it's a loop. So like even my own writings, I don't. A lot of people they'll recite their whole songs, like they know all their words, and I'm like to me I don't know what it is. It's just me, but I've never memorized any of my stuff. So and that's honestly how I look at it. Like that's
Interesting.
true channeling.
Yeah, no, that's yeah, usually when I am channeling or getting messages, I will just write down random words and then I when I visit it later, I'm like, okay, yeah. But no, that would be amazing. We could read some of your poetry. We could even do a channel live, kind of do maybe get some messaging and talk more about the movement you're creating with the cuz I do believe that the dance party is like the early 2000s club, okay?
Hmm.
Remember when we would be twerking it and like old school in them Rue 21 like
Oh my god,
99
dude.
cent,
Yeah, that's
little
before anybody
tops. I
even knew
know,
what
I know, I know,
twerking
I
was,
remember.
too. We didn't
I
realize that's
know,
what
the
we were doing.
OG twerk, okay? But
Oh,
it was so fun. So I think recreating the early 2000s club frequency and maybe some of the rave scene in there, I think
you
just
nailed it.
throw a rave at the White House. That'd be fun.
I was even I
Um,
because I was explaining that in a post about like how like the vision that it was like you know different places like where different bands are from, like go play in your hometown, like you know what I mean, no matter who you are, go play in your hometown, because guess what, like everyone has a hometown. Like, and then like but like just to be cool to see,
yes,
like you go and like see raves at one point, and then you go to another part of the city and there's like just all the metalheads there, like it's and but more than that, like it's also just more than music, it's all artists, like like once we get the music out on the street and the people are there, then you got all the jewelers that come out, like the ones that make all the jewelry and the ones that paint and draw
getting
and
all of
make
the
or wood.
creative energy.
Yes, all creative energy. That's my whole goal, is like bring out all the creative energy, because that's going to save the world. It already has. We're just getting there.
Okay,
We're getting there.
yes, we just have to get other people to bring their creativeness out and we need to hit the streets. Okay, you know what?
Yes.
I have a lot for us to talk about the next time because I got some brainstorming going. But we're at about an hour and 15 minutes. So you will have to send me some of your poetry if you have any of it written down,
Oh my
or
god.
any links
It's
to any of
all
the
written.
things that we talked about in this episode because
The
I'd
24
love to
pillars of
link that.
oneness.
And then, okay.
I'll I'll send you that. The 24 pillars of oneness. We can talk about that more next time too, so that way give me enough time to like actually be, as funny as that sounds, be more knowing of it, but I was channeled through me. So that's, if you anybody listening
Right.
understands what channeling is, it's like you open your vessel and it's like basically you're being spoke through, your higher
Mm-hmm.
dimensional self, your guides, ancestors, even sometimes source or even Gaia speak through me. It's just that you can feel the
Mm-hmm.
energy of it, you know. But they're all on our team, dude,
Yes. Yes.
because it was never meant to
Yes.
be this way. It was, but
Yes.
the
It
thing about free
wasn't.
will
It
is,
doesn't. And it doesn't. I have a true knowing that it doesn't have to be this way.
yes, yes, and we are here to break that cycle of that fear loop, the fear loop, fear, 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 fear. Yeah, no, we're good. I'll stand right in the like. I'll fucking go find them all in whatever realm they are. Like, I even told my friend that
I
I
dissent.
dissent.
Okay, bitches.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I didn't even realize that the whole time. That's cool. That's an awesome hoodie or
I
sweater.
know.
Crew necks are my favorite.
Psychological operations.
Yes, dude.
I actually prefer a V-neck. So when you start your business, if I could get a V-neck, that'd be cool.
Oh yeah, dude.
Or a quarter zip. A quarter zip. I love a good quarter zip.
Oh yeah, where it just right
For
here
my
and then it goes. Zip.
my autism neck. Yes. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Man, I
like
love that.
space on my neck, okay? Um, okay, well, I can't wait to have you back on, Drew. I really think that people are going to enjoy the positiveness of this conversation because I know I've enjoyed it. I will link your poetry and all of the stuff that we talked about that you give me, and we will just have you on again soon.
Okay, once a week.
Okay? Yeah,
Or
hey,
however
yeah.
you like
Hey,
it.
no, seriously, let's. Yes. So, let me do the outro here and then we'll chat for a minute before we get off, okay?
Okay.
Thank you everybody for listening to the While We Still Can podcast. Thanks for coming on, Drew. And like I said, we'll have you on again soon. And if anybody has any comments, questions, or anything that they would like to say to Drew, just drop in the comment box and we'll get back to you. But everybody have a good afternoon and stay safe.